Hey guys, so today I'm here with my Degrassi review of episode 26. So the episode starts off and Maya and Zig are now living together, since he doesn't have a place to stay. And he offers to give her the cereal and she's like, I'm an independent woman or whatever. And then she goes to sit by him and he already has the milk carton, which I'm just thinking, why is it sitting out? Because that's just gross. But whatever. And she goes to pour it. And of course, there's no milk in it, which I already knew that because the way it was just sitting out, there's no milk. And she's just like, why didn't you tell me this? And he's like, you didn't ask. And I'm just like, really? You see she was getting cereal. Okay, you don't put dry cereal in a bowl. You just eat it. I don't know. And then Miles comes over with roses to ask her to the dance or whatever. And I'm like, oh, it's so cute. And then Jenna, she's still jealous of all the girls around Connor, and I'm just like, how can you be mad at him? You asked him to change his look, and she's like, I think he should change back now, sweetie, and he's like, I like this look, and she's just probably thinking, what have I done? And I mean, she wanted this, and he's embracing it, so she should be happy. Yeah, and then Becky, she really doesn't want Jack to go to the dance with Imogen. I'm like, does it mean that much to you? I guess I get it. She feels threatened because, Imogen's her only friend right now and whatever. And, she doesn't want Jack to replace her. But I'm just like, I think she should go to the dance with her. Or at least, because I don't think it's right that Becky's pretending to like Imogen in that way when she doesn't. That's not fair to Imogen. Then Zoe and Tristan, they're dramatizing the whole Zig and Miles thing about how, they're basically fighting for Maya without actually saying it. And even Zig's friends agree that it's going to end in a fire. It's really not destined for greatness. And Jenna and Allie are trying to find a dress or whatever. And Jenna's like, ooh, I think this dress is perfect. And Allie's like, I bought that dress in the 10th grade. And I'm just like, Jenna, what are you doing? I mean, the moment she picked it up, I was like, that dress is way too small for you. And I mean, it's in Allie's closet. And her and Allie are different sizes. So I'm like, don't think that dress is gonna work. And I thought Maya looked really pretty in her pink dress. And, Miles comes over to pick her up and everything. And I can't remember exactly what they said, but, Zig's feelings just get hurt. And I'm just like, that's not nice. Now, especially since you're living with him, do you really think it's good to be on his bad side? Maya kisses Miles in front of Zig, for spite. And I'm just like, way to make the whole living situation any less awkward. Okay, then it shifts off to the dance, and what is Jenna wearing? Allie's dress. Allie's dress, which, she bought in the 10th grade, and she said, Allie was like, I haven't even worn that dress because it was too small for me. I'm just like, oh my gosh. The dress on Jenna is so short. It's not a dress. It's really not a dress on her. It's not even a shirt either. I don't know what it is, but it's not considered a piece of clothing for her because it's so small and it's so short, and I'm just like, what are you thinking wearing that? Jenna, when she approaches Allie, she's like, how do I look? And Allie's like, open for business. And then, Jenna's still really jealous because Connor was waiting for her or whatever. And they walk in with her tight little dress on. And then Maya and her whole little group are together, and Tristan to the rebel girl is like, nice boots. And she's just like, go to hell. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, he's complimenting you. But he does grab her to dance, and I'm just like, what kind of response is that? And Maya, she was begging for Zig to go to the dance, and he does come. But I was just thinking, this whole time I'm thinking, okay, Maya, you want Zig to come, but you do realize he doesn't have a date, right? And how are you supposed to dance with him and Miles? Like, I just didn't understand how she thought that was gonna work. And Becky and Imogen, they're dancing, and it's awkward. And I'm just like, Becky, why don't you just tell her the truth already? And in that instant, she does, thankfully. And she's like, oh, I think you and Jack should be dancing here. And I'm like, thank God. Like, because that was awkward, and yeah, that wasn't a good start to the night. And of course, Jenna and Connor win for the homecoming or prom, whatever dance it is, king and queen. And oh my gosh, they go up on the stage, they take their crowns or whatever, and this part makes me laugh like every time. And what does Connor do? He's like, woo! And Jenna's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, oh my, like everyone's eyes were probably bugging out. I was like, there are no words for this. Like literally, I have nothing to say. All I can do is laugh at it and just like, there's nothing to say about it. It's just Jenna's dress malfunctioned big time. And yeah, so anyways, Maya is dancing alone in front of Miles and Zig, and I'm just like, who are you supposed to be tempting? Like seriously, how are you supposed to dance with Zig and Miles not get jealous or anything? And you can't dance with Zig because Miles is your boyfriend. And then like, how are you supposed to dance with Miles when you beg Zig to come and you're not even gonna dance with him? So it just doesn't make sense. And Becky apologizes to Jack for like how she's been acting and everything. And yeah, and she sets her and Imogen up. And I'm like, that's nice of her. And then Tristan, he's still like asking Zig's friends, and he's like, so are those actual holes in your face? And they're just, I think it's to the girl, and she's like, yeah. And he's like, can I touch them? And I'm like, what? I mean, I guess people ask, but it's just so weird because they don't know how to interact with each other. Miles, I can't believe him, but it's not even like that big of a deal. But his jealousy gets the better of him, and he actually tells the cops that Zig has drugs on him. And I'm just like, really? You're that immature? Like, what are you doing? And Maya of course gets upset at him because it's like, you just ruined the night. I mean, okay, it was already awkward, but you didn't have to call the cops on him. And so they go on a break, and yeah, and then Allie and Jen are in the bathroom, like, I guess trying to fix her malfunction or anything, and Allie's like, well, at least it wasn't both boobs. And I'm like, I can't help but laugh at Jenna because seriously, like, what were you thinking? You knew that dress was way too small for you, and she probably felt like it was gonna burst at any point anyway, so she should have expected that. But I don't know. And, Connor comes in to talk to her, and he's like, what were you thinking? And she's like, I don't know, I just wanted to win, and I hated those girls around you. And all of this ends up in them telling each other they love each other, and I'm like, aw, so cute. And I like moments with Jenna and Allie and Connor and Claire, it just reminds me of like when they first came on Degrassi, because Claire used to be that little girl. Like, they all used to be so small and like so young, like it's so cute how much they've grown. Then Maya and Miles are like on their break or whatever, and Zig at the end of the night admits to her that he does still like her. And I'm like, you what? Like, Zig, you've been acting like the biggest jerk, like you hated her and all of this, and you still like her? Like, what? Oh my god, I think that would be such an weird relationship though. I mean, it was wrong from the beginning because he had a girlfriend already, so that was already wrong. But I don't know. I don't know who I want her to be with. I mean, I like her and Miles, but I don't think I want her with Zig, because I think that would just be really weird, and the timing is just so wrong right now. It's so wrong. And like, I don't know. She's bounced back a lot from Cam though. But yeah, so that was my review, and I will talk to you guys later. Toodles!